A very good morning on the 8th of May, number 8, lucky 8. That's the moor of Rannoch Hotel. I'm back at Rannoch Station. Skilled driving to get from where I reside up to this point to catch the train at 11. So I've just arrived. That's not bad, Andy. It was a tricky drive. Forgot how twisty and well, there was plenty of cyclists on the road this morning. Luckily they're all going the opposite direction from me on the Rannoch to Tummel Bridge section. There's a cycle race on Sunday, so they're all up warming up and a real pain. I'm sorry to say that, but it is for the drivers trying to get from A to B quickly. But anyway, I'm going to not hang around here. This is the car park, obviously. And we'll go down and get the train, Andy. It's a cold wind. The sun's bright and there's shower activity, so I've got my waterproof. As you can see, I really don't want another soaking. I'm going to leave my boots, famous last words, and just take these. But I think I'll feel much comfortable in these ones as opposed to hiking the track with these big heavy boots. So we won't hang around, Andy. Let's get down and get the train sorted. First up to Corrour, and then we're walking back. This is the easiest route. The reason I'm doing it this way is because I'm not confident of walking the distance from Corrour back to Rannoch Station and collecting the train at 20 minutes to 7 tonight, roundabout. So this way I'm not in any rush. I can just do it at my leisure. Pick up the car when I get back, because I've got a couple of miles to walk back this way as well, from the track end that comes over the mountains away over that way. So I've got my gloves and balaclava and all the stuff that you need in the hills. I will need it because I'm going up to quite a high elevation today. But let's not hang about, Andy, we'll miss the damn train, you fool. So here we are, Rannoch Station. I love it here. I'm not having a coffee or tea here because I've got stuff in my bag, but also when I get to Corrour I'll have a coffee up there and a biscuit of some sort, and then we'll set out on our journey. And just a man, we've got lupins here. These are lupins, Andy. Nice and fresh and green, aren't they? And yes, there's still plenty of snow up in the tops of the mountains. This is why the weather's the way it is. Especially Halley, and there's quite a lot of snow in the northern Corries and stuff, you know. So it's a very quaint station, you can imagine, but when conditions are, you know, howling gale and sleet, it's not so good. These are polyanthus, Andy. Nice bright colours, eh? Not a favourite of the deer, obviously, otherwise they'd be taking. There's the cafe inside, you see. I've been in there. Serve a pretty decent bacon roll, I have to tell you. But anyway, shouldn't be long for the train coming, Andrew. I've got my little binoculars, I'll show you them later on. I brought them today. And I've got my Rannoch map. I've got everything I need to do. I didn't decide to go until the first thing this morning. I was wakened by the good Lord at 20 minutes to 7. I thought, well, there must be a purpose for that. Let's just go to Rannoch and do that walk we've planned, get it ticked off the list. That little old railway house, that would just do me perfectly. I quite envy the person that stays in that house. It's just completely out of the road, and the only sort of life what keeps them connected to the real world is the trains passing, you see. And I suppose if they fancy a coffee, it's not far to go. if they can't get the kettle boiled at their own house or something. But we're away over on the hills to the back. We've got a long journey today, Andy, and it's 11 miles on the signage. It's a difficult 11 miles. That's why I'm not confident in doing it just in 4 hours, you see, 5 hours. I should be able to do it, but anyway, I've said already I don't want to push myself. I want to enjoy the walk, not just charging. Just like that drive up from, you know, particularly from Aberfeld. Well, the whole way actually, it's tension because you're every corner you turn, you're meeting wood lorries and cyclists and other vehicles, and it's narrow roads, tight roads, and great big ditches and bloody potholes and everything. So when you're under pressure to try and, I mean, there's nothing worse than arriving in that car park to see the train depart. That would be just awful. There's a train coming, Andy, bang on time as well. Well done, you. Well done, train. Very good. It's on its way to Malik. These fences are to stop the drifting snow. Well, they've not been repaired, but that's what their object was. This is all Rannoch Moor, Andy, and it's look at it, May, and it's still the same colours as it was the last time we were here a month ago. I think it was 4 weeks exactly, wasn't it? It was the 8th of April. I think it was, Andy. 7th or 8th of April. I think it was the 8th actually. When I didn't make it. Took the wrong damn turning. But I said at the time it was a godsend because I'm simply sure that I would not have made that train in the acquired time. I would have been stranded with my vehicle stuck in Crieff. In fact, so I go back to March. That was that time I was sitting in the train for 85 minutes and didn't go anywhere because of the flooding up here. Well, so anyway, we best not waste footage just looking out the train window. I might be able to show you over to the west. A lot of shower activity in the mountains. The windows are not very clean. It used to be clean when it was Spanish owned, this train firm, but once those damn nationalists got a hold of the contract, everything's gone to pot. Although they are on time, I have to say, I'm pleased that the trains are running on time. Pleased the trains are actually running. It's a long, that's Blackwater over there. It's a Blackwater Dam reservoir. Now we'll be out to Kinloch leaving and stuff like that. Walked across all that. But anyway, it's not very good viewing through this window and the fact that the conditions. I'll get to it a bit better later. So that's that old ruin over there that I got to. Probably see it there. Can you? Looks like there's railway contractors working nearby. And that's the little hump, which I took the photograph of the train coming north that day in April.
Use the short platform at this station. Only the one door will open.
Oh.
And it will be the door to the rear of the front coach of the train.
Oh, I better get moving,
So that's
Andy.
where a train of 4 coaches. But it's the front coach you need for Corrour station.
All right, let's get going, Andy. There we go, Andy. That's us at Corrour. And well, familiar territory. I'm going to get a coffee in the cafe, Annie, please. I don't like modern buildings. They don't sit in the landscape very well, do they? So there's a train. Nice old image of the train sitting at Corrour. There's a big queue for the coffee in front. I think people are famished. It's a common occurrence to say, oh, I'm absolutely starving, but that's not true. You're not starving. You're peckish. You're hungry, or you're peckish, or you're famished, but nobody says you're famished these days. Well, as you can see, I'm back at Loch Ossian, and there's a gusty westerly wind at my back, and it's about 12 degrees with the wind blowing the way it is. It feels about 7 or 8 degrees, so it's quite chilly for the month of May. But we're in the mountains, and we're going to be travelling. This is the track down to the Loch Ossian Youth Hostel, of course. But we're going to be travelling up that way. I'll get my directions right this time. Up there and then snaking through the pass. I should have known that but the last time, but unfortunately I was daydreaming. So when we get to the other side of that, we should be able to speak a bit clearer, because the wind will be blocked off with that hill. Mountain, Andy, have some respect for the rocky, elevated landscape, please. It's a delightful day, actually, and as usual I've been chatting to a few people just as it's courtesy, just to blather. Nothing worse than somebody who passes you without even an acknowledgement or a good day. You know, I dare say back in the 1940s, I probably was one of these people who tipped my hat to people in the passing. Good day to you, and raised my hat just slightly off my forehead or something. It's beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. So we won't hang around. We'll get up. We've got a long way to go, so it's just after 12 o'clock. I set off from Corrour at 5 to 12, Corrour station that is, and as I said already, I'm not in any rush, but I'd like to think I can get over to Rannoch station by 5:30. I think that would probably be about right. So we're on the right track this time, and as I say, we'll go up and round and onto the other side of that, and we climb to quite a high elevation. I can't remember how high up it is, but it's about 1,500 feet, I'm led to believe. I'll check, or I'll put it on the screen for you. Yeah, so over there, that's that track. It takes you right to the east edge of Loch Ossian, and that's what created the confusion 1 month ago when I was last here. I thought that the track that turned to the left was that one, taking you all the way, not realising this was here. We don't have the luxury of this the whole way, but we'll take it as far as we can and enjoy it. So I'll switch off for a little while and see if you're getting fed up with my voice. Thank you. So you might not hear me in the wind, but out there is that track and the ruin which I reached, and I crossed all that moorland, and all I needed to do was keep going and I would have been on this path. And this track didn't exist in 2007, I can assure you. It was just walking plod, plod, plod on that type of stuff. And I had my big chameau boots on, my French boots, and they're all right and on the level, but not in elevation. You can see the track, and also there's a lot of red flags all around. I think there's a trials bike race or something at the weekend, and these flags would have been perfect for me on that particular day, because all I needed was a bit of colour up in the moorland and I would have identified the track. But it's all history now, Andy, but that's where we were, out there. And we crossed all of that desolate damn moor and got our feet soaked in the process. And out over there is the Blackwater Reservoir, and away at the far end is where I camped up. Not there, it's right away along towards above Kinloch Leaving, basically. That's all Glencoe, and a kind of ridge at the back there. But you probably can't hear me in the wind, so I'm not going to speak just now. I know how annoying it can be to be trying to listen to something when there's wind distortion, so we'll leave it at that for now. So I was just chatting to a couple of gentlemen, and they tell me that there is a trials motorbike outing today, and they're coming from Rannoch, so they'll be heading towards me, and he says it's due in the next half hour. So I better keep my ears cocked, otherwise I'll get mowed down by a bloody load of bikers. But so it's clear that this track goes the whole way now to Rannoch. It never used to. Most of the way I've just come was all like that. Sorry to hark on about that, but it literally was, and it was no wonder it was in such a damn mess when I ended up at that Moor Rannoch Hotel asking for accommodation, mud and everything, because it was frightful. But this is perfect, it means you get dry feet the whole way. And so I'm glad I just put these ones on today and not the heavy boots, because it would be cumbersome. Here's the flags for the race. Oh, it's a grand day, Andy. There's a damn moorland, eh? I was just down there, I can't believe it. Just over there. But you couldn't see that this was the track. Unbelievable. See where I was right there.